As I've said in other videos and in other places, self-inquiry is not about figuring out the answer to the question, who am I? It's a much more attentional activity. There's a very, very simple, common, primal data point that we all have. And that's that knowledge that I'm here. I'm here. I'm experiencing the world, my thoughts, my feelings. You know, the thoughts and feelings and perceptions of the world aren't just sitting there in space. They aren't being experienced by someone else. I am aware of them. That subject to whom all these things occur, that center, that feeling, that's a very concrete seeming feeling. We're just trying to turn our attention towards that. And when we try to turn our attention towards it, what happens? Well, we end up on something else, usually, right? We feel it in the body. We feel it as a concept, as an emotion, or this or that, or we think we can't find it, or our mind goes blank, or it's a void, or this or that. There's so many possible things that come up, but we should, one and all, discard all of those thoughts and feelings as distractions and ask in turn of each of them, who's aware of them? Which is really nothing other than the original question. It's not like we're really asking in particular who's aware of this thought, right? If you try to find the I and you feel it centered in the body, it's not really anything special to then say, oh, well, who's aware of the body? That's just referring you back to the original concrete fact of your own existence. It's just rephrasing the original query, which is trying to direct your attention to that very concrete seeming fact in your own experience. What is that knowledge? Another way I've sometimes put it is, if you were to ask yourself, for example, like, are you aware of this room right now? And you'd have to respond, yes. Well, your mind just dipped inward instantaneously and consulted something to come up with that answer. What did it consult? That's what self-inquiry is looking for. So, on the one hand, we have this incredibly present sort of most obvious fact in the entire universe type of thing, which is, our own existence. And on the other hand, we have this fact that when we go and try to turn our attention towards it and actually try to isolate it from all the objects in our experience, it becomes maddeningly elusive. So it's right here, but why can't I find it? That juxtaposition is at the heart of inquiry. And with inquiry, you keep driving and attempting and attempting and attempting to refocus and refocus and refocus your attention on whatever that feeling is, try to grasp, because it's right here. You know that you are. So how could it be so possibly hard to actually turn your attention towards that knowledge? Because you have that knowledge, you know it. It's the most obvious thing in the world. So that's what inquiry is. I just wanted to emphasize this paradoxical sort of aspect of it, that it's right here, what you're looking for. That it's a very concrete part of your experience, or concrete seeming part of your experience, and that yet it remains maddeningly elusive. So we shouldn't think that we are trying to directly find the capital S self or something like that. Oh, we've been told that self doesn't have any qualities, that self doesn't have any attributes, that self cannot be an object of experience. There's all kinds of speculation you might have heard philosophically about the capital S self. That is just theory. What we are looking for in self inquiry is however it is that we know the concrete fact of our own existence.